3 days. That's how long the human body survives without water before the situation becomes irreversible. Not uncomfortable. Irreversible. Every documented collapse scenario, every hurricane, every grid failure, every supply chain disruption, every event where the normal infrastructure stopped working for more than 72 hours, produced the same first crisis. Not food, not shelter, not security, water, and specifically, clean water. Because in every one of those scenarios, water was physically present. In rivers, in puddles, in standing pools, in the pipes that still had pressure for the first few hours. What wasn't present was the knowledge to make that water safe to drink. There's a small plastic cartridge sitting somewhere in your kitchen right now that contains that knowledge. And most people throw it away every 2 months without ever understanding what's actually inside it. That cartridge is not dead. The material inside it is not used up. And the person who understands what that material actually is can filter water from almost any source. Not just from a kitchen tap, not just into a Brita pitcher, but from a stream, a puddle, a rooftop collection system, or any water source that exists when the tap stops working. That's what this video is about. The $8 refill trick is the entry point. The knowledge behind it is what matters when the store shelves are empty and the tap runs dry. Leave a like. Subscribe. Let's get into it. Why water is the first thing that fails before the filter. The context that makes understanding it matter. Municipal water reaches your tap through a system that depends entirely on uninterrupted electrical power. Pumping stations move water from treatment facilities through distribution networks. Those pumps run on electricity. When the grid fails, in a storm, in a regional emergency, in any event that interrupts power for more than a few hours, the pumps stop. The pressure in your pipes is residual. It depletes in hours, not days. In February 2021, Texas lost power during a winter storm. Within hours, pumping stations failed across the state. Water pressure dropped. Pipes burst. Millions of people turned on their taps and got nothing. That was a temporary grid failure in a functioning country with full emergency response capability. Now remove the emergency response. Remove the repair crews. Remove the assumption that power returns in days. That's what every serious collapse scenario looks like from a water perspective. The tap stops. The stored water in your pipes depletes. Whatever is left in your area, rivers, rain, standing water, is biologically contaminated and chemically uncertain. The person with clean water in that scenario is not the person who stocked bottled water for 2 weeks. Bottled water runs out. It's the person who knows how to make the water that's available safe to drink. That capability doesn't run out. That's what understanding your water filter actually gives you. What the filter actually is. The filter inside a standard pitcher cartridge, Brita, Pur, Kirkland, any of them, is not complicated technology. It is a plastic shell with 2 things inside, activated carbon and ion exchange resin. That's it. 2 commodity materials inside an injection-molded plastic case. Most people have no idea what activated carbon actually is, and that ignorance is exactly what the filter company is counting on. Because the moment you understand the material, the cartridge stops looking like a product and starts looking like a housing for something you can source yourself, refill yourself, and use independently of any supply chain. Activated carbon is not a chemical, it is a structure. Take a material with high natural carbon content. Coconut shells are the gold standard and have been since the 1800s. and heat them in a sealed, oxygen-free chamber until everything that is not carbon burns away. What remains is a skeleton, a lattice of microscopic tunnels and chambers so densely packed that one single tablespoon of activated carbon contains an internal surface area of approximately 10,000 square feet. 2 football fields inside a spoonful of black powder. Contaminants in water, chlorine, pesticide residue, disinfection byproducts, the organic compounds that make water taste and smell wrong, do not get blocked by the carbon. They adsorb onto it. They stick to the walls of those microscopic tunnels at the molecular level, pulled out of the water as it passes through the carbon bed. When a filter cartridge reaches its so-called expiration date, the carbon has not degraded. The structure has not collapsed. The housing has not failed. The only thing that happened is that the available surface inside those tunnels is coated. You are throwing away a fully intact piece of filtration hardware because the inside got full. And here is what that means beyond your kitchen and your monthly budget. Someone who understands what activated carbon actually is can pack 40 grams of it into any container with holes in the bottom, layer sand and gravel beneath it, and produce a functional field water filter from whatever materials are available. No cartridge required. No pitcher required. No supply chain required. The cartridge is a convenient housing. The carbon is the capability. Survivors know the difference. Why the company never told you this? The manufacturer will tell you the cartridge cannot be opened and should not be refilled. That recommendation exists. I want to be direct about why. It is not a safety reason. Every pitcher sold is an acquisition device for a subscription you never agreed to sign. The 60-day replacement interval is built around repurchase frequency, not filtration performance. There is no study marking day 61 as the moment your water becomes unsafe. But beyond the financial argument, there is a preparedness argument that the company has even more reason to keep quiet. If you understand that activated carbon is a commodity material, available in bulk, storable indefinitely, and usable without proprietary housing, you stop being dependent on their supply chain entirely, not just for refills, for water filtration itself. Activated carbon filtration is not a modern invention. Ancient texts from approximately 2000 BC describe purifying water by storing it over charcoal. Egyptian sailors used it on long ocean voyages when no other water source was available. The British Navy deployed carbon-filtered barrels in the 1700s to prevent shipboard disease, a problem that killed more sailors than combat did. Municipal water treatment plants use granular activated carbon at enormous scale right now. The same principle, the same material, just measured in tons instead of grams. Someone built a subscription business around a technique that had been in the public domain for 4,000 years. The refill method is not a hack. It is what the material has always been able to do, before the cartridge existed and after it becomes unavailable. The second material, the carbon handles organic contaminants. The ion exchange resin does something the carbon cannot. It swaps calcium and magnesium ions out of the water for hydrogen ions, removing the hardness that makes tap water flat and chalky. The resin's exchange capacity depletes slowly. 1 teaspoon of fresh mixed bed resin per refill replenishes what 60 days of use consumed. In a field filtration context, filtering surface water or collected rainwater, the resin is less critical than the carbon. The primary biological and chemical filtration is carbon's job. The resin improves taste and softness. The carbon is what makes the water safe. Know which job each material does. Because in a scenario where you're sourcing materials independently, you prioritize the carbon. The refill process and what it teaches: 2 materials, both available online and in specialty stores right now before you need them. Food-grade granular activated carbon, coconut shell grade, the highest performing. Mixed bed ion exchange resin for dual media cartridge designs. A $12 bag of coconut shell carbon covers approximately 25 cartridge refills. A small pouch of resin costs about $5 and lasts years, under $20 total, set for years. Here's the refill process. On most pitcher models, the cap twists off counterclockwise, firm pressure, quarter turn. On sealed crimp-top designs, a thin flathead screwdriver along the seam separates the cap cleanly. Pour the old media out. Rinse the empty housing under cold water until it runs clear. Before loading new carbon, charge it. Put 40 grams into cold water and stir for 2 minutes. The water turns black. That's carbon fines. Harmless but chalky tasting. Drain and rinse before loading. Your first pour will be clean. Carbon goes in first. Pack to 3/4 capacity. Add 1 level teaspoon of resin on top if your cartridge used both materials. Seat the cap firmly. Run 3 full pitchers before drinking. Same break-in as a factory cartridge. The filter is ready. Now, the more important thing this process teaches. That same 40 grams of bulk carbon packed into any plastic bottle with holes in the cap, layered over clean sand and gravel, is a functional field water filter. No Brita required, no commercial housing required, no supply chain required. In any scenario where you're collecting water from rain, from a stream, from any natural source, this improvised filter is the difference between water you can drink and water that will make you sick. The cartridge refill teaches you the material. The material teaches you independence from the cartridge. That independence is what matters when the store has been empty for a week and the tap has been dry for 3 days. Water filtration disappears from store shelves within hours of any emergency announcement. Not days, hours. Because everyone knows water matters. Because everyone reaches for the same solution at the same moment. The person who already has a kilogram of bulk activated carbon in a sealed container at home is not in that line. They already have filtration capability, not for 2 months, for years. And more than that, they have the knowledge to build a filter from materials that exist in any environment. A plastic bottle, sand from a riverbed, activated carbon from the bag in their drawer, gravel from any path or driveway. That system, built from materials available in almost any situation, produces water that is significantly safer than the untreated source. It does not replace boiling. It does not replace chemical treatment for biological contamination. It is the first stage, the stage that removes what makes water smell, taste, and look wrong, and that removes the chemical compounds that boiling alone cannot address. Combined with boiling or chemical treatment, a carbon filter built from bulk materials produces water that is as safe as what comes out of a Brita pitcher in your kitchen. From whatever water source exists when the kitchen tap is dry. That capability is worth more than any stockpile of bottled water. Because bottled water has an end. The knowledge to filter water from what's available doesn't. Water is day one. But the first 30 days of any serious disruption require decisions across every domain, not just water. I put together a complete survival guide and protocol specifically for that window. Day by day, what to do, in what order, when the situation is real, and the window for preparation has already closed. Water filtration is in there. So is everything else that matters in the first month. If this video is useful, that guide takes it further than any single video can. The link is in the description. Now, the math: 10 years at the manufacturer's schedule. $8 per cartridge, 6 replacements per year, $480 out of your pocket. 60 plastic cartridges into a landfill, 0 additional knowledge or capability. 10 years of understanding the material, $12 in carbon, $5 in resin, 1 cartridge housing that lasts the decade. Total, $17. And the capability to filter water from any available source, not just from a kitchen tap, but from rain, from streams, from whatever is there when the tap stops working. $480 for a subscription to a supply chain that disappears when you need it most. 17 tones, and the knowledge that doesn't. The choice is that simple. 3 days without clean water. That's the timeline that makes everything else secondary. The cartridge in your trash right now contains 4,000 years of filtration knowledge in a $12 housing that the manufacturer wants you to replace every 60 days. Don't replace it. Understand it. Empty it. Refill it. Learn what the material inside it actually does, because that material, sourced in bulk and stored in a drawer, is the capability that produces clean water from whatever is available when the supply chain has stopped and the tap has run dry. The filter company built a business on the assumption that you would never need to know this. That assumption stops being safe the moment the store closes. Know this before that moment. The filter was never dead. The knowledge never expires. Leave a like if this changed how you think about clean water. Subscribe. There's more of this coming. Know the place before you need the place.